Okay. Oh, I can never see. I gotta fix this. I can never see like my levels on my audio mixer for the mic, because it's like down at the bottom, and that's not helpful. I need to like move it to the top somehow. Give me 1 second. Gotta access the other computer. Hey, things are moving. That's a good sign. Hello, happy Tuesday. I am back. I've been coding so much lately, but like I don't know if like there's a lot of it that you can like actually see. I've been doing like a lot of behind the scenes things, or like things that you wouldn't notice. So like now, mirrored over here. I made some changes to that. I am using the font that Harsh suggested. It is the Atkinson's Super Legible or something like that. But also this is now being ran using server-side events. So everything is happening on the server side and pushing to the client, which is kind of cool. And I had to do an interesting change to how I do the polling, because again I know how long the song is, I know how much is left, and so I set like a timeout, except the timeout has now kind of become a delay in a while loop, and I can turn that while loop on and off. It's interesting, but that's working now, and I got rid of a use effect, so that's cool. There's a lot of things that I need to do to that, but it's just still working. Like, it's switching. You just saw it switch. What else have I done? There's a lot of stuff that I've done to kind of get ready to move like my overlays and interactions over to this new application. And so like I can log in to my application using my Twitch, so then I have my user access token, so I can pull things. I can set up new webhook events, and then I have all of that set up to receive the webhook events and push them to the front using server sent events. So that's going to be cool. Oh, the other cool thing is I'm no longer hard coding the refresh token for that guy over there, the now playing widget. So I fixed it to where I can log in to Spotify and save that into the database, and so it's actually pulling it from the database now. It's not completely perfect. I haven't figured out how I'm going to save or associate the service, the Spotify service, with this set of scenes, because this is running not only my show, but we have another show that's happening June 16th, which is a Friday. With Rob, and so those scenes are being ran through this as well. I have a lot more work done on those than I do on mine, of course, because that's just the way I do things. But yeah, lots to do. But today we are going to be back to the charity activations application. We're going to hopefully fix another ticket or close another ticket. And I've kind of picked one out that I think I can do today. Might end a little bit early because I'm going to head into the office because we are packing snack boxes for the Ali Forney Center, and so I want to make sure I get in and do that, because happy Pride Month, everybody. I'm wearing my Big Gay Ice Cream t-shirt that I got long time ago. They don't make this one anymore, but there's still Big Gay ice creams around. They sell donuts now too. You can make a donut ice cream sandwich, just saying. So yeah, what else has happened? I don't know. I'm sure I'll think of something. But let's switch over to this view. Also, I think I got everything set up today, so like the mic's working, and I don't have like the echo and everything. So like, woo, learning. I need to figure out a way to make it like easier, because I did have to like unplug and plug some things in. I don't like doing that. But anyway, yeah. So I have created a milestone, and all of those tickets that we put in a couple weeks ago, I've now kind of organized them. I've decided, what ones I want to get done, and now I'm actually tracking it. So we have 10 total tickets. 2 of them are closed. We're 20% there. What I want to do today, I have some of these that I've marked as good stream issue. So these are ones that it would be interesting for me to do on stream. Unfortunately, some of them are going to be done on the Friday stream with Rob. So when we are moving the serverless cluster that I'm using to a multi-region one, and when we start implementing CDC, so there's some things that I want to get his help with. And then there's just some things that are just not going to be fun to watch. Adding roles and permissions, I started taking a look at that, and then I realized I didn't exactly know how I wanted to set up roles and permissions, and so I had to take a step back. So that's on a branch somewhere on one of my computers. My other problem is I switch back and forth between computers. I have a personal MacBook M1, and then I have a MacBook that's for work, and now I have a Intel Nook for streaming, just so many things. Too many to keep track of. Let's see. So what I want to work on today is this add settings to admin for company metadata. And I thought about this a lot. And my original thought was, we'll just create a table in the database, store everything in there. But the way that this app is designed, we'd only have one row in the database. And I just don't think that we're going to be changing it that often. And so I've decided to use a config file. So that way, before you deploy, you can set these changes, kind of like how you would set up Tailwind. So that's a config file. And so I want to create one of those. And so I'm gonna look for all the places that I've hard coded in Cockroach Lab stuff, and move that to a file and call it from there. So that way, if you fork this and you want to use it yourself, somebody out there might, they can update those settings in the configuration and be good to go. So let's do that. But first, I did do a little bit more on the template that we were working on yesterday. So last stream. So let's take a look at where that ended up. Of course, I am not logged in, so let me do that. Here's our little message. We implemented that 1 week. So if you got redirected because you're not authenticated, it shows you a little message just so you're just not what's going on? And then it should redirect us back to where we were. Oh, good. Hi. All right, nobody look at my one-time password. Or wait, no, now nobody look at my one-time password. It's gonna redirect back. Cool, it did not redirect back to the right place. That's suspicious. Oh, you know what? I bet the cookie died. So that's cookie based for our redirect, and we have it set for I think a minute, because that cookie doesn't need to live forever. Basically, it's going to go do its thing and come back, and then we don't care about the redirect URL anymore. But if you have it sitting for a long time, like I did, that cookie will go away, and it will be here's the admin page. So is that the best thing? Maybe. But it works for now. Okay, so we were looking at how we could update the response message after somebody votes for a charity using Markdown and handlebars templates. And so let's just go into our test event that we've been using over and over and over again. And I created like a little template component here. So you can see, and this is like terrible contrast. I need to like figure that out. But there's these little items that you can click on, and it will insert them into the thing down here. So if I wanted to be like, "You're awesome," charity URL, clicking that, it threw it in there. I'm kind of torn on like how far I want to go with this. I think this is nice because we don't want to have to let, make anybody remember, what template variables we support. They're all just like right there. And I'm kind of thinking about it in the background of like how I want this all to look, but I like that the functionality is there. So yeah, so for the response template and the tweet template, basically anything that takes handlebars, I'm using this new field for. And then, eventually maybe we'll have a way to preview the response template because it is Markdown. And so, yeah, it does look kind of funky if you're not used to Markdown. For the moment, it's working. So I don't want to like spend too much time on it. But yeah, so we've got that. I do need to clean up kind of what all of these are going to be. This is basically the ones that I'm currently using, but there are some that we might need to add, like maybe something from the config. Because like right now, down here, we're hard coding the CockroachDB Twitter. Maybe we have a button here that says company Twitter or something like that, and that will insert that. I don't know. Okay. But that's what we did last week. Finish that up and we closed the ticket. So let's look at the other ticket. So we're going to try to pull out all the company metadata into a file. And that's going to be the fun part because we're going to have to like explore where all of this stuff is hard coded and pull it out. So like the charity color options, that is something that is like individual to us because we have these little colored pegs, and so we want to make that configurable. The Twitter handle, the name. So let's start with a config file. Where do I want to put that? Probably in the app, because I think we'd have some issues like reaching it outside, maybe. So we'll start there. We can always move it. I'm going to make this a little bigger. Here's all of the stuff. Here's my template editor. So you can see here that it's basically just a text area wrapped in a div, and we have for all of our variables, we're just creating a little badge with a plus icon in there with a name. And then it's just insert at cursor. So this was really kind of fun to do because you can find out information about like the selection start, selection end, and then you grab the current text, you split it at those and insert the thing you want. And then you set it back. So yeah, fun times. Okay, so the component, let's see, here's all of our routes. Lots of routes, lots of resources. So I don't want it in the routes folder. Let's just put it out in the root because like here's the CSS, and we can just do it as a TS file. So let's do it there to start, and we'll call it new file, and we'll do app.config.ts. Cool. So it's a TypeScript, so we can actually do like typings and stuff on it. And so what we want to do is we're going to export an object. I'm going to look down here at how Tailwind is doing theirs. So yeah, so we're just going to export an object by default and pretty much make it like this. So here they actually have the different configs as like a type, and maybe we'll look into doing that too. So we down here it satisfies config. So let's do export default this object, and we'll start. So let's do company, and then we can do name. And so here it's going to be, we'll just put in Cockroach Labs. Twitter, and that's, I never know if I should store the @ or not. I'm gonna not. So it's CockroachDB. What else did we have on that list? Charity colors. Wow. Yeah, we're gonna have to go hunting for the other things. So let's say charity, and then we'll do colors, and I think that should probably be an array. And I think this is where we kind of want to do that. I think we want to do this as an object because we want to store like the name and the hex value for it. I think I have part of this somewhere where I like kept track of all of them, probably in one of these components. Let's find out. Color selector. Ah, colors. Look at that. So we do have name and a hex value. So this is where we can use this kind of right away. So let's go ahead and take these out. And cool. Fix that. So we use pink, orange, blue, and yellow, and I went to some website that gave me like kind of bright versions of them, and I copied the hex value. Yeah, I think this. I'm like, is this how we should do it? Yeah, it's fine. I think we can do that. So now we've saved some information. Let's go ahead and try to use some of it. Dum, bum, 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 bum. So let's go back to our color selector, and we should be able to import. See, app config. Ooh, app config from app.config. Look at that. And so we can say instead of this, we can say colors is equal to appconfig.charity.colors. And right now it's going to be like the same thing. And everything should still be fine because we hopefully just swapped out, one thing for another. Okay, so and that's in the color selector. I'm wondering if we use those anywhere else. Okay, and so I think the other things that we're going to end up tracking down are going to be in our dashboard. Oh man, we got like logos and stuff too. That's going to be fun. Dun, 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 dun. I went too far. Okay, into the routes. Our dashboard slug. Oh. Remember that time when I was like, hey, I just figured out that my linter wasn't turned on? Now it's angry because we've got duplicate imports, apparently. Well, might as well fix those. I tried to run just like the linter across all of it to fix all these, but maybe it didn't work. So let's move this one. US dollar. And will this fix it? Let's see. Quick fix. Those quick fixes do not help. Yeah, it's this. Cool. Yeah, well, it's no longer that color. So oh, you know what? I do use. Look at that. Ooh, there's a place where we use the Twitter. So let's go ahead and pull in our app config. Import app config from app config, and there we go. At CockroachDB, we're going to replace this with appconfig.company.twitter with an at. Cool. CockroachDB at. Maybe I should put the company name as CockroachDB, since I used CockroachDB here. But let's go ahead and we can say appconfig.company.name, and then we can go back over here and let's change it to CockroachDB. And then, well, we might as well just do a find. Cockroach. That's fine. That's fine. Yep, and the app config is fine. Cockroach Labs logo in the footer. We see. This is why I didn't put the @ sign in there, because for things like this. So in the footer, that's import app config, and we can at least do this. It's like I put in a thing that should change the quotes for me, so we'll see if that works. App.config.company.twitter. Yeah! Woo! That worked. Except the problem is it still needs to be wrapped in curly, so it does take care of switching that over, but not anything else. And then I'm just going to go ahead and copy this. Actually, let's copy the curlies too. All right. Anything else in here? We might have to get creative with some of this stuff. All right. So the README is fine. Having it in the app config, obviously fine. The Cockroach Labs logo, we'll take care of that later. Here's where they're importing the logo. Importing the logo again. Logo. What's this? Here I'm using Cockroach Labs. Awesome. This is in the index page for the admin. So yeah, let's go ahead and put this in. We're gonna say app config dot company dot name, and then put it up there. App config. Woo. Here it is again. Oh, it's because I've duplicated the footer apparently. I've duplicated the footer. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at this and see if I can just use the footer component. So we've got our footer.txs. We've got our footer here. That looks the same. I think they're the same. Except this one has a privacy policy. CockroachDB. This one's got the privacy. This one's got. Oh, this one's got the Twitter. Or I put it down. Because it's a different looking header. Okay, for right now, I'll just like change it. Let's just grab all of that and replace all of that. And then let's make something for the privacy policy so we can replace that as well. So let's go back over here. Company. Privacy. Policy. URL. Too many things that are open. Oh, here it is. And then cool. So now let's go use that. appconfig.company.privacy policy URL. Not bad. Okay. The event editor. Yeah, this is our template tweet. Sure, let's change it. So let's make this a template string, and this is going to be appconfig.company.twitter. Okay, so that's the index. Oh. So we do have a link on the logo, so we can go ahead and add website. So we'll go ahead and grab this, stick it in our app config, and then go back to there. And we will use appconfig.company.website. Logo is going to be fun. Saving it for the last. The provider's CockroachDB, that's fine. The default, I don't think there's really much we can do inside of the Prisma schema folder. I don't think I can pull in the app config here. So that'd just be something that, you know, they can change. And really the only reason that I put a default on there is because I did it later and I couldn't make it optional. Yeah, so that's something that could probably be like removed later. And then the seed file, that's fine. So this is fine, this is fine, this is fine, that's fine, our license is fine, the fact that I work here is fine, that's good. So we've got the logo, which is fun. Because it's here, it's here, it's here. Let's take a look at it. So in the components we have Cockroach Labs logo, and it is an SVG. So it's a component that's wrapping a SVG. Why is there a fragment around it? Is it all the linear gradients? Nope, those are, yeah, okay, so we don't need this fragment. We shouldn't. So let's take that out. Let's clean this up. Ah, okay, I see. There's a fragment because there's a span in here, but that's not how we do SVGs. So we can actually go in and say, there's a title. Nope, not time. And then we put it in there. I've been playing all around a lot with SVGs, and yeah, this is not happy. Stop. Force click, force tap, or whatever that's called. Okay, and then we don't need this fragment anymore. So yeah, I don't like how that is. It's like, if we're gonna do this, so it's class name and class name. Which is a string, and am I using Twitch or not Twitch? I'm using Twitch. Hi Twitch. Am I using Tailwind merge? So this is something new that I really need to implement. So like there's misc. Oh, look at this. I am. And I am exporting the CN. Again, I've been like jumping back and forth between different projects and I can't remember what I'm using and what. And so yeah, let's use the CN so we can go ahead and pull that in. So back over here to Cockroach Labs logo. Let's import CN from our miscellaneous. And then what we will do is this class name here, we will use the CN. So we're going to say CN, and this is kind of like our default, and then here is our class name that we're being passed in. And so what this CN will do is it's a combination of the CLSX library, which will kind of conditionally add class name strings, and then it also uses the Twitch merge, and so it will take out the conflicting Twitch class names. So, and here I just made it to where we can change the size of the logo because it's been hard coded to 170 pixels. But that doesn't change the fact that we have to figure out how to handle the logo. Trying to think. I don't think it's going to be anything that we can put inside of the app config. I think it's going to have to be kind of updated here, and I think what we can do that would make it easier is instead of calling this the Cockroach Labs logo, we call it the company logo, and then we give them instructions to come in here and replace the SVG portion of it. Yeah, we'll start with that, and if something comes to me or if you think of something, let me know. So let's refactor this a bit. So instead of Cockroach Labs logo, we're just going to call it the company logo. Why is it down here? I don't like that. We're just going to export default. There we go. And then take this one out. It's probably upset about that. It's still upset. Let's just do this. Function, company logo. Cool. And so now we've probably got some things that are unhappy. Let's rename this too. So this is going to be company logo. There we go. Update the imports. Yes. And so there's probably some angry somewhere. So let's so instead of Cockroach Labs logo down, it's gonna be company logo. And then over into here, Cockroach Labs logo down, company logo. And I think that took care of it. So the good thing here is we've a generic company logo. If you update that component, basically just swap out the SVG part of it, then it should still work. I think that's the best we can do for that. Let's see. So save that. there anything else that's specific? If we want to change kind of the overall colors of the application, we can do that in the Tailwind config, so I'm not worried there. Kind of want, I feel like it'd be nice if we had like some helper functions to like get color name by hex, get color hex by name, or you know, but I don't think I want to do it right in here. Do I have a types? I would like to type this, but I don't think I want to put it inside the same file. But I think I do have, that I had it in utils, a types.ts. Let's do this for right now, and we might move it later. So we can say type app config equal to, so we have a company, so its name is a string, privacy, oh come on, there we go, is a string, Twitter, which is a string, and a website, which is a string, and then charity, which the charity configurations only have, oh, there's a, I just thought of another one. It's like, it's the max number of charities per event. We could put that in there. So let me think about that. So we have colors, which is an object array, name, string, and hex, string. And this is satisfies app config. Ooh. Yeah, let's track down that. It's the maximum number of charities, and I think it's in the I've got charity picker and charity selector. Do we know the difference between them? Maybe. Oh, this is a big component that I wrote using downshift. One of the things I need to do is go in here and like conformify it, but we'll handle that later. Charity item with color, max items. So that this is actually passed in to the charity selector. So we got to figure out who calls that. It's over in the event editor. Charity selector. And I think how it is set up is we have a max number, it's not required, and we are defaulting it to 4. So what I can do, are we in the event editor? Are we using the app config? Yes, we are. And so I can just send it over. It's going to be 4. but it gives people the ability to change it through that app config, which is what we're looking for, right? So I'll just put it down here in the bottom, max items, and that should be a number. Yeah, a number or undefined. And this is going to be app config dot charity dot max charities per event. This seems really long, but okay. It says it does not exist on this type, so let's make it exist on that type, because what I want to do is make it to where you don't have to put that in. Like if you want it to fall back to 4, you don't have to put it in. So let's go over to our app config, and we'll add our max charities, the event, and that is going to be a number. Cool. I was like, I updated it. It should be fine now. Import app config. Oh, I wonder if this is actually pulling the type out. Let's take a look. Let's see. TypeScript satisfies. New operator satisfies. See the blog post. Cool, cool. Purpose of satisfies is to enforce a constraint on a variable without changing its type. For instance, you want to say that a color is either a string or RGB tuple. Oh, wow. We could probably type some of these things better. Or, oh, they have it. They put the type here. And combining as constant satisfies. As expected, you combine as constant satisfies. What? And now we I'm still new to TypeScript. I'm just gonna go ahead and put in the value for now, and then change it. Max charities per event. It seems, or I wonder if I can just say max per event because we're already in the charities. Yeah, because it'd be charities dot max per event. Let's do that. And we'll say 4. And then we'll go over here and we'll make this happy. There we go. Which is going to be 4. Cool. So we found like another thing that we could put in there. Because maybe in the future we'll say we want to give them 5, or we only want to do 3 this time. Our whole sign and everything is set up to do 4, so that's kind of why it got a little hard coded to 4. Yeah, I think that's a good list of things. And so we were able to pull it out. Let's see, TypeScript types. So the basic types, nullable. Let's see, Boolean, number, string, array, tuple, enum, unknown, any, void, null and undefined, never, object, type assertions. Okay. Cool. Close that one too. So I think this was like an easy one, and we've kind of like set the stage for if any new ones come along, we can add it as an app config value instead of instead of just hard coding it. So let's. Oh, I want to run. I want to run ESLint and see if there's any more things that need to be fixed. So looking inside the package here, and we do have lint that we can run. So let's go over, and so npm run lint. And see if any of this, anything else we need to clean up, because I thought I did this before. Oh, duplicate imports. So components event card. Components event card. I was like, I wanted to just auto fix it for me. And then take this out. No. Force. Yeah, I should turn that off. Stop. Okay. See, I also want, and I know it exists because I've used, like I've worked on a project before that had it where it like alphabetizes the import names. And it's probably just something that, like, you know, people with a little ADD or the other thing OCD do. So let me go ahead and Just do that while I'm already, whoop. While I'm already in here. Okay, so that one's happy. The other thing we've got, go away dictionary. The other thing is in utils Apollo, the Apollo client import is duplicated. So let's go take a look at that. This is short-lived, so interesting. How did that happen? Yeah, they're just like right there, right after one after another. So let's take this and that and take it out of that. And I'm gonna move this over to here. Whoop. Over to here. So those are in alphabetical order. And we're gonna run it again. Hey, all the lint errors are fixed. All right, so I guess it wasn't too bad. There were just a couple. So let's have a little fun. And we're gonna go, we won't play around with the company logo because that's a little harder to do, but let's copy it, comment this one out, and then create another one and make it say Acme Corp. I'd put like Doofenshmirtz Evil Incorporated, but it's a really long name. The policy, oh man. I don't know. Let's change it to something that actually has. It's another company. It's a friend. Okay, let's say our friends at Prisma. And I believe it's just at Prisma. And Prisma.com. And you know what? Let's go verify all of this stuff. Prisma.io. Oh, it's Prisma.io. See, I'm already getting it wrong. So there's that. I bet their Twitter's at the bottom here. Yep, just plain old Prisma. Can we get their privacy policy? Terms and privacy. It's a Notion site. Okay, cool. Well, we'll just copy it. And we'll put it here. And what else can we change? Let's change the colors. We will call them... I feel like changing the colors after they're already used is going to be problematic. But we'll find out. Why not? Let's do... purple. I'm gonna have to go find hex values for this. Purple. We got yellow. Green. Teal. And magenta. No. I was gonna do magenta, but like we already had a pink, so like how would we know? Of course, I have teal and green. But we didn't have either of those. Another color. Oh, another color. Orange. Where was that site that like gave me the colors? Colors. Hex. Color hex codes. Oh, here we go. we'll just fix something. Okay, so this looks green. So we'll change that. Let's see, let's find a purple. That's purple. So we'll take that. Orange. That looks like a nice orange. So we'll take that. And then teal. That looks teal. This is just a test. Boom. And let's say 3 per event, which means that it's not gonna, well, no, we can have multiple colors to choose from. Yeah. And then what I'm gonna do is go over here and let's restart this. Oh, I killed it anyway. I think there might be something that I don't have set up right. I mean, it is called the unstable dev server, but I crash this thing all of the time. So I feel like I shouldn't at this point. But I just restarted. It's fine. I'll go look at the templates and see if there's like something I don't have set up right. Okay. All right, we're done with you colors. Where is my local host? Okay. So here we go. Look at that. Oh yeah. So all of these colors, they don't exist. Let's go back here so we can see. If we go look into new, we can see we've got, let's add just 3 of them. And as you can see, it is respecting our max number. And if we look inside here are our colors. It's a wonderful color palette there. So it's respecting that as well. Yeah, we didn't change the logo, but yeah, that's got the title. If we go down here, so look, we got the Prisma, and it goes to Prisma Twitter. That's not going to change. So let's go take a look at a dashboard. Go back here, and we'll take a look at our test event dashboard. So we got Prisma at test event now. The Prisma Twitter over here. I don't remember all the places that we changed it, but yeah, these colors aren't going to update because they're set per the event. I don't know. Yeah, I think it's fine. I think it's mostly fine, right? I think where do we use the privacy policy stuff? I think it's on here. So if we like go to the form that you fill out, so here's that's Prisma there. I think it's on the login page. So let me go back and I'll log out. So again, this is just the logo. Here we got Prisma, and then we got the Prisma privacy policy, which is the Notion site that we put in. So that's all working. And then, I think, yeah. So if we clicked on the logo, it would take us to Prisma. Cool. I'm happy with this. I'll change it back. But it's working, and I think it fulfills the ticket. So let's go back over here, and I'm going to delete all of this. And I'm going to uncomment this. and save it. And we are back in business. So let's commit all of this. Let's see. We'll just add it all over here. So let's get status, all of these things, and I need to know the ticket number that we're working on. It is number 8. Git commit. Let's see, we added app.config.ts and fixed lint errors, closes number 8. It's just the worst memory. I know, I just looked at it. 8. Okay. And then we'll push it. There we go. Closed. Hooray. So if we go back to our milestone, I think I can just hit back. We're 30% done. Yeah. So we close another one. Hooray. Let me close these things here. What's that? Just an empty tab? Cool. Don't need that open anymore. Some of the other things that we're working on. So cool. So one more thing done. And then I'll have to figure out something for next week, after I get back from Indiana. So my second niece, middle niece, is graduating, or she just graduated from high school, and so got to go back for family stuff, and say congratulations and all of that stuff, all of those things. But yeah. And do not disturb did anything. Do. Okay. Whew. It has gotten hot. I think it's like 77 degrees outside. I'm kind of like below level, so I'm always surprised. I'm like, oh, it's hot. But yeah, I think that's good for now. Hopefully, in the near future, you'll see like more things happening with these scenes, because I will be hooking it all in, and then I'll get rid of the old application that I used. Fun times. Okay, let's go back to here. Ooh, am I sweaty? Okay. Thank you for tuning in. We will continue working on this next week. I want to get it done because so there is a corgi group, a corgi meetup group, and there's like 40 to 50 corgis that show up to this thing, and they're like, oh, we've wanted to have a website, but we didn't want to put in the effort. And I was like, I can build a website, I can put in the effort, and so I'm gonna start kind of like figuring that out. We want a way to be able to like not totally recreate meetup.com, but we do this thing where we vote on a place and a time. So it's a moving around, because this is like for all of New York. So lots of dog parks here. We pick some large ones and we allow people to vote. And so we want to do things like implementing ranked choice voting, especially for the dates, because there might be one date that you can't make. And if we can rank them, then it'd be easier to, like, I think, get more people to be able to come, or get like a more optimal date where more people can come. And then also, like, we want to make sure that the people who are voting are the people who are going to show up. So, like right now, it's handled on Instagram, but like it's also like kind of an influencer account. So who knows who all are voting? So there was one time where, like, I think 200 corgis showed up. So I mean, we could handle a lot, but I'm gonna look into that. So that'll probably be another remix app using Prisma, using CockroachDB, and then seeing what else I need to put that together. I'm basically going to be looking at free tiers. So I think they want to be able to send out an email, so we'll use some email service with a pretty good free tier. A lot of them have like 10,000 emails a month for free, and that would be great for us, I think. But yeah, cool. Lots of things. I'm gonna get back to coding and head to the office, but thank you for joining, and I will see you next time. Well, the button didn't hit. I was trying so hard to switch it off, but excuse me. Let me manually do this. So see you all next week.